Here in Pippins postgame, as we wrap up a very tough loss for the Pippins tonight, 4-3, they fall on a walk-off home run by the Kelowna Falcons. I'm alongside Josh Tedeschi, tonight's starter for the Pippins. He was brilliant tonight, 7 innings, just 1 earned run, 5 strikeouts, 5 hits for you. And I think the first question is coming back from an outing against Wenatchee, a team pitching effort that was certainly subpar. They scored 25 runs. You come out here today and just a 1 run allowed in the third inning, dominant throughout. Talk to me about first coming back from having kind of a poor start and the ability to bounce back the way you did tonight.
Well, that last outing was tough, and it's really not something you see that often in baseball. 28 hits and 20 runs or something like that. But, I just had all 3 of my pitches working tonight. I only had fastball changeup the last start. They were able to string 7 hits in a row, I believe it was. And, you really don't see things like that very often. But, tonight, was able to go out there, work all 3 pitches into the zone, and was able to get a lot of outs, and that's what I try to do every day.
At what point in this outing tonight did you know that, I'm locked in? Because they got the early run there in the third inning, yet you started to cruise, that type of thing. Was there a batter, an instance where you said, I got the stuff tonight?
I threw a pretty good changeup to end the inning. I believe it was the 4th to get a strikeout, and from that point on, I kind of realized, all right, I think I got my good stuff today. Because I got that run on a couple soft, not barreled hits, but I knew I had my good stuff going forward, and that was just going to be able to propel me through the 7th inning.
I was going to ask you about that next. They really only, I think, put 1 hard hit on you. Out of the hits they did get, and ground balls, pop-ups, inducing weak contact all night. What was the key to that?
Well, most of the time I'm just trying to miss a lot of barrels, and that's the way I can get it done. I have a lot of movement on my pitches usually, and when I have all 3 of those going, it's really hard for them to usually time it up, and I try and keep them off balance as well as I can to be able to miss those barrels and get a lot of weak contact, which leads to a lot of outs.
And I think the last question I have for you, you come out after 7 innings. You looked like you probably could have gone a little bit more, but I know they have you on a pitch count, that type of thing. Was there a number that you hit tonight? And did you feel like maybe you could have gone a little longer, but maybe for the long run they had to hold you off?
Well, I was just trying to be as efficient as possible out there to be able to get me as deep in the game as I could go. And I'd say that 7th inning was about it for me tonight. I started to feel a little tired in the arm late going. I threw a lot more balls than I had early in the game. But I try to keep that pitch count low, get me as deep in the game as possible, and it worked out pretty well for us tonight.
One quick one for you, and I know it was a tough walk-off loss. When you're the starting pitcher, you put a really good outing together like that. What kinds of things can you say or do to the guys who give up the lead and that type of thing to say, hey, you know what, I got your back, that type of thing, rather than harping on the negative?
Yeah, it's baseball is all you can really tell them. You never know what's going to happen out there. They put a good swing on a fastball. I think it was a 2-2 pitch to hit that home run in the 10th, and there's not much else you can do about it. But got to be there to support my teammates. I have their backs the whole way and just keep throwing the ball well.
Josh Tedeschi, solid start. He's a Utah product. Very solid tonight, 7 innings, only 1 run allowed. Unfortunately, the Pippins fall on a walk-off loss. The good news, back at it tomorrow. Early start for the Sunday game, 5:05, as they try to even up the series with the Kelowna Falcons.